day off today to try to find tickets for ACL, and I was unsuccessful. And so I'm back at home filming a little video for you guys. I worked in the morning and I went out to a field site the last 2 days, and I worked all week, and it was an interesting week. I've been working today a little bit on getting some memos out and a new scope and fee for some additional work we're going to do. I want to make sure that we accurately predict how many hours we're going to spend so that the client knows how much it's going to cost. And so I costed that out. My cat is staring at me, just like deadpan at me. We were all settled in bed already, and she was getting comfy, like waiting for her bedtime treats, and I had my laptop, and I just thought, oh yeah, I should do a little video. And so I walked outside, and her face was just like, where are you going? It's bedtime. So yeah, I wanted to tell you about, if you saw my stories, my Instagram stories, you saw I went to a lunch on Monday that was with Representative Lyle Larson, who is a big advocate for ASR. Hasn't always been, but now it's his passion, and he's always talking about ASR. Yeah, so he was the keynote speaker, I guess the guest speaker, at a lunch on Monday. So we went, a couple other engineering firms went, but it was mostly like the Sierra Club, and Colorado River Alliance puts it on, and LCRA was there, and other people who work in the water industry here in Austin. And last minute, they had somebody back out who was going to sit at our table, so I got invited. So I had walked to the grocery store to get stuff for lunch when I got the email that said, oh hey, this is really last minute, but if you can still go, there's a seat. And so I ran home with my groceries, and I threw on business clothes and got to the lunch probably earlier than everybody else who I worked with. But that's just because I live close to downtown. So that happened on Monday, and that was really exciting, and you can actually watch the live stream of it on their YouTube channel. Though at first, I posted about it on my LinkedIn, and I went to go upload the link to it, and the video was sideways. And so I don't know if they've realized that it's sideways and they fixed it. So before I put the link in the comments of this video, I will check to see if it's sideways or not. Engineers. Actually, this is probably more like biologists and scientists. So I went to that lunch on Monday, and I saw a presentation this week about one of our clients that is a major manufacturer of sports clothes, and we did a whole strategic water study for them. So how they're using water, how they can conserve water. And it actually goes even further than that. In the study, they looked at the growers and people growing cotton, and what are the things that those growers are using to grow their cotton. Well, they're using water, but they're also using pesticides, and the pesticides have water, which is required for their processes to make the pesticides. And so there was a whole life cycle analysis of the water used to make a cotton t-shirt, and it turns out 2,000 liters is what it takes to make a cotton t-shirt. So we did the life cycle analysis, and there was also a lot of strategy that went into how they market doing studies like this, and how they can work with NGOs, non-governmental organizations, and government organizations to promote water conservation and promote what they're doing and how they're being forward thinking about their water use for this company. So it was a really neat study to listen to, and I actually listened to it through a Skype meeting when I was sitting at the construction trailer. So I was there for a couple days. I went out, one day I went out to see the site, and it's been raining a bit in Texas. So the roads were finally open for us to drive on with trucks, and I had a rental car. I was gonna go drive out to the site, and one of our inspectors stopped, and he was like, I think you could probably get over there. It's a little muddy in one spot. You might be able to do it. And so I thought, I'm gonna try it. I was off-roading with my rental car. It's very loud. The city is just hopping. There's so many people in it because of the ACL. We tried to go to Veracruz for lunch today, which is a trailer off of Caesar, and they've got outdoor seating. Actually, it's a bus that they rehabbed. It's not a trailer. There's a couple locations. I don't know if they're all buses, but this one is a bus. We probably waited half an hour in line, and they said it was going to be another half an hour, and so finally we walked over to Mr. Natural, which is an all-vegan place, but they do a lot of comfort food. So I ended up getting the lunch, which was it was like deep-fried spring rolls, or eggplants, or some other choices. I got vegan potato salad, which is so good. I got like a little gordita, tortilla shells, which they make there. It's all they have a lot of home-style Mexican food. They do Mexican food very well, which I think it's owned by an immigrant Mexican family. I'm not quite sure. I think so. It's one of the vegan staples in Austin, so it's so good and so much food, and yeah, it was probably a better choice than Veracruz, actually, in my opinion. But yeah, this city, there's just so many people everywhere you turn, and walking around trying to find ACL tickets. So many people that at one point, I just had to get out of the sun, and I went underneath the bridge that goes over the river there, the Colorado River, right next to Barton Springs, and took a bunch of pictures, and then walked along. Is that the Greenbelt? Do they consider that Greenbelt? I don't know. It's not very far out of the city, so it might not be considered Greenbelt there. But anyway, yeah, I hung out under the bridge and watched people walk by, and you could hear Jason Briggs playing at the Amex stage. I think that's who I was listening to. Yeah, but that was kind of fun, and then I came back up to look for more tickets and just thought, I'm gonna go home. Maybe I'm getting old. No, it was just a lot of people. So, yeah, that's been my evening. That was my week. And I guess that's it. I hope you guys have a really great weekend. And if you're at ACL, be safe. There's a ton of people there. Drink lots of water. Don't conserve water in this case. Especially if you're drinking alcohol. Also drink lots of water. And have a good time, guys. And I will see you next week.